Have you always wanted to make afro-gospel vibes but got stuck in the process? Let me show you how to make a nice afro-gospel beat. So without any further ado, let's get started. Let's begin with this simple melody, okay? Literally what I did is to send this to channel 3 in the mixer. All right. So in the number 3, so what I did is to add, to load in this plugin. It's a very powerful one, T-Rock 5, okay? Solid compressor, and then I added little reverbs to it, all right? So, and then I take away the low, all right? By default, it should sound like this. But I added this just to brighten it a little bit. Remember, I've gained stage a little bit because this one is sent to 17. I created another box here. All of them is sent to this guy just to gain stage, all right? And then also gain stage, okay? So when you check the master now, this is what you should have. Something like that. All right, so haven't I done that? I support it with this guy. All right, let's take a listen. When you look at it, it's still on the same. That's number 4. I did the same thing, but what I did in this aspect, is just to reverse it. The same melody, all right? When you double click, you click on reverse, all right? So if you click on this guy, you're going to have something like this. All right, so literally that's what I did in that aspect, just to reverse it. All right, this is the plugin that I used to create this one. It's still the same thing that I duplicate here in all of them. Okay, so let me just show you guys the plugin. So when you open the plugin, I use Omnisphere. Of course, you are aware of this plugin. All right, and then from the list, I use this guy. Okay, so literally that's what I did right there. Literally that's what I did right there. All right, so that being said, then next is to hire this guy. All right, just to support it. Just to support it. Okay, I just created something pretty simple. I just created something simple here. So literally that's what I did in that aspect. All right, so haven't I used this plugin to create that? Let me just show you guys. So literally that's what I did right there. And then the key of this song is on C, okay? So by the time you enable this one, and this one, all right, let's take a listen. All right, and then for this one, I send it to number 6 in the mixer. That's track 6, okay? This is it, and then I also loaded this guy, to take away I added a solid compression, all right, and then I take away the low, all right. The idea is to leave the low for the bass, all right, and of course you use your ear. So that's that. Then I added something like this. This is it here, all right. And then for the plugin for this one is this guy, the same plugin, okay. I've showed you guys earlier. This one is still the same plugin, so there's no need to open it. All right, and then I extracted it to a WAV file. If you've been following my tutorial, I'm sure you understand the idea behind that, okay. So that's that. All right, so by the time you enable them, you should have something like this. So literally that's the foundation right there. So what I'm going to do next is to add something like this shaker, and then support it to another shaker. As you can see it, we have this one, and we have this one, 2 shakers, okay? It's pretty simple, all right? And of course, I introduced another bass. All right, so I introduced the bass right there, and then for the bass, I send it to track 18. All right, and then what I did is to use the same plugin. All right, just to make my workflow more fast. All right, I use black bass. From this one, this is what I used in the preset, and then as you can see, the bass. This is what I did. All right, just about 11 to 12, just within 11.7 700 hertz. All right, I just take out the lows, but not all, just about 11. All right, and then identify little problematic frequencies right there and dock it a little bit. Okay, so it's pretty simple. All right, so that's what I did in that aspect to make it more punchier, without the effects. Let me show you guys. When I disable it, and then let me disable the master, because I've loaded some stuff in the master. I've added this guy overall to all of them to make it more heavy. All right, so what I normally do is to put this one at the master. All right, and then I've gained stage a little bit as well. That's I remove minus 3 dB. Okay, and I use this one for the loudness measurements. All right, just to to check the loudness, making sure that I'm not clipping. Okay, so I'm just going to disable that so that we can hear the default vibes of the bass. So by the time you enable the bass right there, the plugin, as you can see, it's more punchier and more better to me. Okay, so what I did now is to have this guy. By the time we enable this master, the effect here, all right, I gain stage a little bit. If I remove this one right now, see what happens. It's pretty loud, as you can see. So I just add this one just to remove about minus 3 dB to the entire song. All right, so literally that's that, and that's that. And if you look at it, this is the bass. Actually, this is the bass right here. Let me just show you guys. Let me enable it, and then it's pretty simple, right? You just click it. Okay, I'm sure you can do it just the way I did it. Okay, and of course you can play it on your MIDI, what's it called, on your MIDI keyboard or your piano. Okay, you can just play it, but I play this one on my keyboard. Okay, that's it right there. And then here we have something simple in the intro. If you look at it, we have something like this, So before I now begin to add some melodies, okay? Now look at how I want to share with you this tip. Now normally you can see what I did is to create a section here. I see bass 1, bass 2, bass 3, just to divide it, okay? I created a groove here, a simple groove here, then I added another groove here, change the pattern a little bit. If you look at it right now, just to, play something different, okay, so that everything is not too basic. If you look at it as well, just to make it more unique, okay, that's how you do it. All right, so by the time you group all of them, I converted it to a wave, and you have a single file right there. All right, so what you are going to do next is to have this guy. So for this one, it's on track 15. Okay, so after creating this percussion, I just send it to this guy. I send it to another channel. All right, and then I now reduce like minus 10 dB. Okay, and this one goes straight to the master. All right, so this one is sent to this. This goes to a sub boss. Okay, and the boss goes to the master. So all of them right here goes to the boss here, and then I remove minus 11 dB because they are very loud. After processing all of them, they are too loud. That's how you want to do it before you master it. Okay. So if they're too loud, you reduce the volume accordingly. Okay. And then I added some little vocal chops right there. All right. Another this one. I'm gonna play everything so that you take a listen, but let me just show you guys how I arranged it. Okay. So this one, I panned it to the left. All right. You can see it. So literally that's the idea in that aspect. We have this one as well. Now if you notice, we are creating a gospel beat. All right. So at the same time, we have a touch of Afro vibes. All right. Just like all those top artists. And then at the same time, we had a touch of Amapiano vibes to it. All right. So three things together. All right. Three different genres of music in one music. What did I add next? So literally, I think that's all I did. And, with little touch, I just arrange it. Of course, I've showed you guys like the vocals. I added you can just copy what I have here, a compressor, and then I added a lot of reverbs to it. All right. And about the K is about 2%, and then as you can see, we take off the lows. All right. You roll off the lows. All right. Which is about 90%. That's what you want to do to all your mixes, your vocal. All right. You take away the lows. It is very important because when you record, it's going to come with a lot of rumbles. All right. A lot of noise and things you don't want in the mix. So literally that's what you do to it. All right. So haven't I done that? We have very nice stuff right there. So by the time you now had all of them, let me play all of them as we take a listen. All right, let's get into it. Let's take a listen one more time. As you can see, it's pretty simple. All right. Let me quickly show you guys something. Let's say, for instance, so what I'm going to do right now is to try to record something. Let me show you guys how I normally do all these things. All right. Just a quick tip. Okay. Okay. Sorry guys. There's one more thing I forgot to show you guys, which is this one. What I used for the piano. triton. You can, I used acoustic piano. All right. Let me show you how I normally do all these things. All right. So let's assume I want to do something fresh right now. Let me disable this one. Let's load in our plugin. All right. So I'm going to use this plugin. I'm going to use expand this time around. And from the list, so instead of me going through all this, I already have a saved preset. Okay. I'm going to use this one, natural grand piano. So I'm going to use this one. And then, so as you can see right now, so what I'm going to do next is let's locate an empty mixer track right there. I'm just going to, of course, Control Alt C to random colorize it. Control Alt C it will random colorize it. And this one, I can now Control L to, to send it to this place. Okay. Or you can just, use this guy to scroll it. So what I'm going to do right now is to load in a plugin. I love this one. Let's use this guy for this one. And then let's use, solid compressor. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is to enable my keyboard. Okay. It's connected right now. Awesome. So the keyboard is connected. Now let's see if you can play something. Okay. And then before I even do it, I love to take off the lows. Yeah. So what I did is to roll off the lows, but you don't really have to do it. You may, after playing, you can just take it off. But let's leave it that way, okay? Now what we're gonna do next is, let me just bring this one like this. Let's detach this one. So let's play something on C sharp, okay? So literally that's that. All right. So so guys, that's how I normally do it, and I hope that you find this video helpful. Okay. Please, if you find this video helpful, be sure to subscribe and also give this video a thumbs up, just like it. And then please, it is very important, so that it's one of the ways to encourage me to keep doing more. Okay. And then subscribe. It's one of the ways to keep encouraging me to do more. All right. Until the next one, stay creative.